you can kind of see where the drop is. So for example, this one you can see like has 42 clicks, 5 went to the cart, 2 went to checkout, and none purchased. So you can see where is the drop, or if it's a new ad, you can see there's at least people that add to cart that are interested in this. So there's something there. So a big thing is the pixel installation. So for Shopify, there's an easy way. There's a Facebook and Instagram official app that lets you, use the conversion API. So they implemented that to fight the iOS tracking issue. So they with that app, you automatically have the conversion API in the browser to track. You do have the option for privacy though in the here to change it to, I think you have medium, low, medium, maximum, or none. Always want to set to maximum, of course, to report the maximum conversion onto the ads manager. So that's the link to the app. Other platforms do have integration too, so you can look into that. Or if it's a landing page or some custom coded or something, you can grab the pixel code from Events Manager and then add it to the website. But then you want to set up your events, with the snippet of tracking. So you can have snippets for leads or sales and add to cart, stuff like that. So for the events, here you could go into the Events Manager. Right there. And then you can go grab your pixel code in settings and install it if you want to do the manual way. There's also easy setup with the open event setup tool where you can just do it based on URL. So that would be browser only. That won't be a conversion API. Conversion API is a little bit more technical, but it's doable. But my recommendation is, of course, to go with the integration if there's one, or maybe use a professional, someone that's used to make sure it's set up, because it's super important. There's also other ways like Google Tag Manager if you want to have multiple pixels for some reason, or have customization for track, for example, people that search and stuff like that. There's also the domain verification and authorization. If it's not your domain, you need to do that to make sure that tracking is working as it should. So here for the verification, right there, domain. So this is where you could verify your domain and connect it. And then ad account setup. So daily spend limit, that's kind of what I touched base a little bit about it. If you want to go to it, you want to go to the billing section and then go to payment settings. That's where you'll see the daily spend limit on the ad account. So let me see. I thought I was on the ad account. Let me I'll pick anyone. So let's take LATAM, for example. Let's see how much. So the spend limit on this ad account is now at this much. But we can. There's no way to edit that or request or whatever. It's just like automatic. Want to make sure to not cap it. So let's say you have a $50 a day budget. Maybe set your budgets to like I don't know, like 45 to be safe. To not cap it, so it increases faster, and make sure you don't have any rejected ads. So go for safe ads. If you have any images that could be considered as adult, or products that are kind of maybe kitchen knives that could be interpreted in some way. So go on the safe side to make sure it increase, especially when you launch. You want to be you don't want to be flagged. That's for sure. Setting up your columns. So I've entered I've put that in the chat, meta chat, where how I set up my columns. So let me show you real quick a couple examples. So for for e-commerce, what I like to do is have all the names for sure. All the names, so when I navigate, I see which campaign and ad set name it is. I like to have the date created, and then the purchase conversion value is good to have, but it's not super important. ROAS for sure, and then delivery if it's off none. Action. This is a new column that Meta integrated. I usually ignore it. Then your budget, amount spent, and then you have your kind of your funnel. So you see like how many people click, the cost per click, how many add to cart, cost per add to cart, how many checkout, cost per checkout, purchase, cost per purchase. So you can kind of see where the drop is. So for example, this one we can see like has 42 clicks, 5 went to the cart, 2 went to checkout, and none purchased. So you can see where is the drop, or if it's a new ad, you can see there's at least people that add to cart that are interested in this. So there's something there. But if you would have like 0 add to cart, then you probably an easier cut than this one that has already 5 and no purchase. So that's for e-com. And then you can have like CTR, CPMs, and a bunch of other. You can have cool metrics like thumb stop ratio for videos and all that stuff. But what matters quite a bit is the CPA, ROAS, and then the funnel right there. Of course, CTR is super important, and CPMs. If you have high CPMs, you want to monitor that. For high CPMs, it's hard to get them down. But what I've found is when you go, you try to engage, have people comments, have engaging ads that people like, comment, share. That will usually lower your CPM. So something to keep in mind. Here is similar for lead gen. So lead gen here, I set results, cost per results, but I could have just set lead, cost per lead. Then you have your link clicks. So it's a much shorter funnel. There's no like add to cart there, but same concept here. Yeah, so we want to set up your column just for reporting, so you know what's going on. The default are fine to start, but it's you want to customize it ideally. So either for e-com and lead gen. Then you can create the audience. So if it's an existing business that had a pixel already, I would recommend creating all of these. So and I have made a call too about audiences that I go deep inside and talk about much more audiences, but this is the maximum you can go for the website visitors and the engagers on Facebook and Instagram. And you can get your followers. I'd recommend uploading your customer list or just the full email list if not enough customers. Actually, both, ideally, both separated. There's a Klaviyo integration with Meta directly, so you could create the audience there and share it. Video views as well. You can have different options. So people that watch, 25% or 95% of the video kind of thing. Yeah, here I put often separated is that if I target those for remarketing, I want to usually exclude the video views because there's a lot of them and they will usually take most of the, like 80% of the audience there, depending on how much spend was on it or organic reach. Then you can enter the engaged and existing audience in the ad account to see if you get new customers or not. So just to show you how it looks here. So if you do the breakdown per audience segment, you can see you can click this arrow to have a total. So you can see how much is a new audience, how much is the existing audience, and how much is the existing customers. And this is based on what you've entered in the ad account settings. So let me get that here. Yeah. So audience segments. So this is where you would enter the engage audience and the existing customer. So engage audience, I excluded the buyers and put all the website visitors there. Then existing customers, I've put the Pixel and also the Klaviyo buyers all. This is the buyers all includes both of these, but just to make sure I've entered all of them. So that way you can see the breakdown. It's not required, of course, something that can be done later on, but it's a cool thing to show the client and for yourself to see how you're doing in terms of new audience or warm audience or existing customer. Yeah, so business objective, of course, if it's lead generation or e-com, that would be different. So you want to align that with your campaigns. So if you create a campaign, right there, have different objectives. So usually it's either sales or leads. Sometimes awareness, but some awareness is not the usual client. And then on the let me get, for example, this one. Then on the ad set level, you can choose what conversion event. So I recommend always optimizing for the event you want to. So purchase is what I would recommend for e-com. You can optimize for add to cart, but often what will happen, you have lots of add to cart and very few purchases. So it seems like Facebook will give you just like the people that don't complete their purchase for some reason. So you need to have strong remarketing. And then for lead gen, lead, of course. And then for our awareness, then you have different options. You have brand lift, where Facebook will estimate, survey a small percentage of the people, estimate how much remember the brand, seeing the ad. You can also do video views. If you do video views here, make sure on your placement to probably remove the audience network. Often, it will go to the audience network or in stream, they're not so great. So audience network right here, I would remove that if I do video view, and probably in stream as well, because what you'll find is it'll show great results on Ads Manager, but they're all, you don't know where they are and they're not really on Meta. So potentially you could just go with the feed, Facebook feed and Instagram feed, or stories and reel are good placements too for video views. Yeah, and then of course compliance. Like I said, you want to make sure you're complying with Meta, so you can reach out to their live chat, or look into their policies. I can do a simple Google search to see if it's or look into on the web and stuff to make sure that the products are okay.
Financial constraints that they were having and wanted to review everything and start fresh with their meta ads. But anyways, we're rebuilding their platform, and I'm doing it in a very similar way to what I was doing for this brand. And what that looks like is, I'll start with the top of funnel.